everyone, and welcome to Stock Market Today. It's Alyssa Corum and Ken Shreve here. We're going to break down the up day that we saw on Wall Street today, key technical levels that we're keeping an eye on for the NASDAQ, and earnings season continues. So we're going to take a look at two stocks, their reactions to earnings today, and one setting up ahead of the report.
Yes, that is true. We're going to take a look at to PayPal, which was having some trouble at its 50-day moving average. Nice earnings report there. Nice rally into the close by the indexes, actually, so that's a good sign. Also, bullish outside day for CF Industries, and we'll take a look at FLR, which is one of many strong performers in the heavy construction group. We're going to hear from them tomorrow on earnings.
All right, let's do it. First, a look at the major indexes. Ken, you mentioned the rally into the close in effect here. The NASDAQ finishing the day up 0.4%. This chart's slightly delayed. We can take a look at QQQ, the NASDAQ 100, but clear support here at the 50-day line, which seems pretty key. The Dow up 0.9% for the day, and the S&P 500 up 0.8%. So what do you think about the market action?
I thought it was great. It was a very bullish close. We ended with gains. We actually had volume, at least preliminary data showing volume coming in higher than what we saw Wednesday. So this is, a modest day of accumulation. But to see the NASDAQ rally so far off its lows and, make a very nice stand at the 50-day moving average is encouraging. Now, the Innovator IBD 50 ETF FFTY, that was still under pressure, and a lot of growth stocks took hits today. But yeah, you can see the 50, down, close to 3%. But so growth stocks are still struggling out there, but NASDAQ is making a good case for support here.
All right, and we'll just take a look at QQQ, which tracks the NASDAQ 100 for a look at how big tech did today. Again, support this 50-day, and we still have another day left in the week. So it seems like support at this level is going to be pretty key as we close out the week, Ken.
Yeah, I thought Ed Carson made a great point on IBD Live this morning when even when the NASDAQ was falling pretty sharply, he noted all the five FANG stocks, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. They were all, the worst decline was about 0.5%. So the selling pressure was very mild in a lot of these FANG stocks in the early going. So nice to see the QQQ close. Didn't even touch its 50-day line, but nice reversal higher there. And yeah, so we'll take it. I mean, what we've been talking about is this rotation out of technology, and even though the NASDAQ rallied off lows today, like I said, growth stocks were still under pressure. But we'll take a pretty bullish close when we get it.
We will take it. And you mentioned the nice earnings report for PayPal, but the chart action doesn't look as nice. PayPal hitting a little bit of resistance around its 50-day line. So even though we did end up seeing some strong volume on today's move, Ken, it doesn't really feel like PayPal is in a great position at this point from a technical perspective.
No, it's not. I mean, it was in the news today, and I don't think that this stock's run is over. It's probably just going to base for a little while longer here. You can see it did have some problems at its 50-day moving average. Actually ended with a decent gain today. You can see that earnings and sales growth accelerated nicely from the fourth quarter, and they're talking about cryptocurrency being a big growth driver. And they're going to be announcing a next generation digital wallet. So PayPal is constantly innovating. I like the estimates for this company, not only for this year, but in 2022 as well.
Yeah.
We're talking a very, very large company here. So this is still a compelling growth story. So, this is probably going to base for a little while longer. If we go to the weekly chart, we'll notice that this is, caveat emptor. This is a later stage base. You can see, a breakout over the 120 level several months ago. Yeah, right there was sort of your first stage breakout. And then you had a second stage breakout. Yeah, right there. And here we are forming a third stage base. So third stage is considered later stage. It's not late stage. Like I said, I still think PayPal's got a good runway for growth and stock appreciation, but it's probably going to base for a little while longer here.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like the stock is broken by any means here. It's hanging around that 10-week line. And with PayPal being a long-term leader, we do like buying these stocks on pullback. So maybe if it can get a little bounce off of that level, perhaps
Yeah,
that might be an opportunity.
yeah, absolutely. With a little, maybe a tight stop just below the 50-day moving average, something like that. But you're exactly right. It's not a broken stock by any means. The 10-week line has started to trend a little bit lower, but it's still holding comfortably above the 40-week moving average. And we'll see if it can ultimately find support here and eventually start forming the right side of a possible base.
That's right. Well, it's hard to find a company with a stronger fundamental track record than PayPal. So we'll have to see if the chart action can shape up.
Yeah, they've been going aggressively 6 months into cryptocurrency. So that was, alluded to by the company that cryptocurrency is going to be a growth driver. So that could be, could spur growth.
Interesting story there. And CF Industries is a stock that we're paying a lot of attention to right now, up strongly for the week, about 7.2%, had its earnings report today. So that's where a bulk of the gains are coming. And a really impressive move today, Ken, because CF actually saw an upside reversal on this report. So closed up over 4% for the day.
Yeah, that's right. And this is what we call a very bullish outside day, because you can see the big wide intraday swing. It sort of engulfed the prior session's high and low. So this is called an outside day. When a stock jumps in higher volume like CF Industries did, this is obviously bullish price action. So ironically, still in buy range here from a 51.24 pivot at 10 cents. You get a 51.34 buy point. So stock still looks actionable here. The relative strength line has been moving higher. It's still a little bit off highs, but
Not too far.
Not too far. But this was a bullish breakout for CF Industries today. And the action overall in the fertilizer group, Mosaic continues to perform well. We talked about Intrepid Potash. IPI was under a lot of selling pressure today, but CF Industries and Mosaic look to be the leaders here.
Yes, they do. So CF actionable here. So we'll keep tabs on that one. And will we see a bullish breakout from FLR, ticker FLR, on its earnings report? We'll have to see. But heading into that, this turnaround play is looking pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's just kind of been it's maybe a little bit wedging higher as it forms the right side of a little base here, and it's getting closer to its recent high of 24.79. But I wanted to point out this stock and go to the weekly chart, and I just want to show you that this is actually one of the first stocks out of the gate when the S&P 500 and Nasdaq marked a follow-through day in early November. So you can go back and see the breakout of this cup base here was back in, let's find the date there. Yeah, so it was right around just after the follow-through day. So it was one of the first stocks out of the gate. It's been kind of trending nicely above its 10-week moving average, and I would not view this move as later stage at all. So I think there's a prospect for a good earnings report from FLR, and it could be an example of a stock that could gap up if results are strong, and then could be an interesting time to start a small position.
All right. Well, we'll have to see how that earnings report shakes out. Ken, thanks so much for your insights today. I'm going to hop on over to Swing Trader Scorecard. So if you are a subscriber or a trialist, make sure to go to swingtrader.investors.com for our monthly webinar. Ken, you were a very integral part of the leaderboard scorecard webinar earlier this week, and a great panelist on IBD Live. And so there's lots of opportunities for learning insights as this market does continue to shift and show that bifurcation, rotation into these recovery plays. So great stocks that we highlighted here today. And I will see you all on Swing Trader Scorecard. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.